Hey everybody, this is Joff over at 5 Star Guitars, and I'm very excited to have Haley Lons from Fender with us today. And today we are also going to be talking about the new American Ultra Luxe Vintage. Okay, I think everybody is pretty familiar with the American Ultra Luxe. Came out about 4 years ago. Had all the modern appointments, right? The big thing was the stainless steel frets on them. Compound radius neck, all the stuff.
The Ultras, definitely compound radius, noiseless pickups. The Luxes was a departure from the Ultras in that they had hotter pickups, and the stainless steel frets was certainly a big attractor. And you may remember those guitars had like a painted matched head cap. You can kind of see them on the wall. They stand out as looking different. So if you're looking for them, you can say, oh, that's the one with stainless steel frets.
Right.
Definitely a premium upgrade, right? But yeah, these are an even further evolution of the American Ultra Luxe platform. And you can tell, as the name implies, the Ultra Luxe Vintage, that there's a few things that have changed. Notably, I mean, you know, under the hood, instead of using a hotter noiseless pickup, which is what came in the previous version of the Ultra Luxes, right? We're using a pure vintage set of pickups. This guitar that we're having right now has a Haymaker humbucker in the bridge, which is obviously not a vintage correct pickup or vintage style pickup, but certainly gives you an access to a lot of tones. But all the rest of the instruments in the series, and there are 5 guitars that we're talking about, no basses, so it's 3 Strats and 2 Tellys.
Yeah.
But all of them have those pure vintage pickups in them, other than this HSS, which has a modern Haymaker in it. Yeah, so the 3 Strats are a 50s Strat, a 60s Strat, and then we have a 60s HSS Strat, which you're holding. On the Telecaster side, you're looking at a 50s Tele, and then a 60s Tele Custom, which is the double bound Telecaster, right?
Yep.
And then yeah, to keep with the Luxe Vintage theme, right? I know we talked about under the hood, you get access to pure vintage pickups, which really gives you, you know, a more classic Fender tone. But visibly, let's talk about the finishes, right? So the Luxes and the the Ultras and the Ultra Luxes have like really modern finishes.
Right.
So you're talking about guitars that stand out from a distance, and you can definitely tell they're a modern guitar. That color gives it away. But these things, we've gone back to the classic set of Fender palette. So on this instrument you're holding is a Fiesta Red. And instead of being a polyurethane, a poly finish, they're going to be all lacquer, and it's a very thin lacquer finish, which has an heirloom process applied to it. There's some sync and there's some light or gentle checking, which you would expect to see on a real expensive vintage guitar.
Yeah, it looks great. It kind of reminds me of like a cross between Fender USA and Custom Shop. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of what we do in the custom shop is lacquer. You talk to people who are collectors, guitar enthusiasts, right? And everybody, you know, points back to the golden era of guitar manufacturing. So again, the highest price points of the stuff that we make, customers really request a lot of lacquer. And so that's a big change on these guitars. It's a very breathable lacquer finish that's already had an heirloom process applied to it. So it right out of the gate, it's already sort of pre-aged. As people are playing these things, taking to the bar, the church, the venue, the concert hall, the arena, they're going to age with you. So they're going to look more and more vintage sooner than later, faster than other guitars with a more durable finish, which is great.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of attention to detail here. Like even the trem arm has the tip to it.
Just in keeping with the vintage theme, right? Like on the Ultras and the Ultra Luxes that came before this, the arm that comes with them is just a bent steel arm, right? So from a distance, it's like you can tell it's a modern guitar. These guys, at least the Strats that have a tremolo on them, they come with that pop-in arm, but it has a tremolo arm tip on it. So again, it looks the part, even down to, right, the case that the thing comes in. It's sitting over there staring at us. All the Ultras and the Ultra Luxes previously had come with an ABS molded case. It's a modern feature, right? Keeping with the Luxe the vintage theme, these all come with a vintage style case, which I feel like this guitar was designed for me, because when I look at the Ultras, there's a lot of stuff I love about them.
Right.
Compound radius, lumen lay, quarter saw neck, locking tuning machines. Like there's all these things where you're like, that's for me. I want that.
I'm in.
All the things that I would have changed where I was like, I'm not in love with that. They changed under the hood. They changed the pickups to a more like vintage and authentic Fender tone. The lacquer finish, which is super breathable and already kind of aged with that heirloom process. The vintage case, all those things that I would have said, I think that's what I would have changed on the Ultra are done on these guitars. I think there's a lot of people who are going to want these instruments.
Yeah, I feel the same way. When I heard about this, I was like, that is kind of perfect. All right, well, that said, let's hear it.
I want to hear it.
All right, so we've got this guitar plugged into, and what you're hearing is a Princeton Reverb Tone Master. We're running direct out into the camera.
About halfway on the master volume.
Yeah.
That helps you understand. Yeah, so pure vintage pickups in the American Ultra Luxes. Ultra Lux Vintage, that is. These are 61 strap pickups, and we're starting in the neck position, so you're just getting the neck pickup. Classic Strat tone. Next position is going to be neck and middle pickup. Squawky, very Strat-like, right? Like,
yeah.
No modern sounds there. That's very classic Strat. Middle position should be just the middle pickup. Lots of bite, lots of presence. Yeah, next position, again, this is like that classic Strat tone, so middle and bridge pickup. Now, when you get into these positions where the bridge pickup's engaged, you've got an S1, and for every position that's happening, when you engage the S1, you're going to that outside pickup. So,
okay, so this is
kind of color coded.
And outside.
Yeah, I mean, you've got cream colored cover, cream colored cover. When you hit the S1, you're going to the outside pickup. It's cream, right? So it should be pretty obvious.
Okay.
But that should again be classic squawky Strat tone.
Let's do it again.
Right, like even with the bridge, it still does that like classic like position 2 sort of Strat thing, but like once you engage the S1, it's like really apparent. That's
like
quintessential.
the Strat sound.
No other guitars sound like that. That's the Strat tone, right? And then bridge position, first position,
okay, so
is the last spot. And again, yeah, let's hear it with both the S1 engaged and split.
All right, so this is full output.
Noticeably more hair, right? Like, yeah,
right.
yeah. And then split that bad boy. So now we're just getting the bridge pickup split, so outside coil. Yeah, that haymaker really sounds good split. It doesn't sound out of place with the other two pure vintage pickups. It sounds great, really balanced.
Yeah.
When you need the humbucker to have some muscle, like it does that thing, you know?
Yeah. That's great.
Well, that trio sounds great. So pure vintage 61 and then a haymaker humbucker in the bridge position, all adjustable with the S1 if you're using that bridge pickup. So sounds great, man.
Yeah, sounds great, feels great. Love the neck carve, soft touch knobs. This is all
yeah, I don't know if we
stuff.
mentioned that, but the feel on this, if you're somebody who's really a dynamic player who uses tone or volume, specifically swells and stuff with the volume, those soft touch knobs are really, really, really comfortable. Not real easy to get your pinky around to do like swells and stuff. So if you haven't tried a guitar with the soft touch knobs on them, I mean, get into 5-star and come play these guitars here. But that soft touch feature feels really, really nice.
So we get all the models and all the colors coming. You'll be able to check it out for yourself at 5-Star Guitars or 24/7 at 5starguitars.com.